Not only can functions take in data as parameters, they can also return data to you. This data is called the return value of a function. So our parameters can act as input to functions, and a return value is its output. And a return value is defined by the return type we've seen in our function definitions. So far, we've been making functions that look like this, with a return type of void. Void means we're not returning any output data. But you might be thinking, what do you mean we're not returning output data? We've been printing out text this whole time. Well, when we've used system.out.println to print text on our screen, the printing is just for our eyes. Printing just displays text on a screen. It doesn't create any output that we can interact with later on in our programs. Printing and calculations are often done inside the body of a function definition, different than a function that returns a final result to a program outside of the definition, like in a separate program where the function is called. So if you want to use the final calculation of a function somewhere else besides inside the function definition code, you need to tell your function to return the value of that calculation as an output, which means you have to change this return type void. Then when you call this function later on, you can actually use that returned value. The return value can be any type of data we want. We just have to specify what kind by changing this word void. By replacing this word void with string, we can return a string value, not the same as printing it out. If we change this return type to int, we can return an integer value. We can also return booleans, floats, and any type of data we've come across. And when we return these values, we can interact with them outside of our function definition. This will be easier to understand when we try this out in code. Next.